there. Hello, I'm Shayla. I'm a stay-at-home homeschooling mom and wife. My husband and I have 6 children, and we have a mountain homestead. As you can imagine, all of this keeps us very busy and brings a certain amount of chaos that must be managed. Managing chaos and overcoming overwhelm is one of the main topics I discuss here at my channel, but today I wanted to give these pointed tips, and we'll get into them in just a moment. But first, let's talk about what's happening here.
I have some early harvest apples here. These are Gravensteins or Gravensteins. Got these at the farmer's market last week. We have such a great farmer's market in our community. We have 2 actually. Lots of homesteaders, lots of farmers, lots of organic farmers in our area, and people that grow things without pesticides. So the Gravenstein or Gravenstein, however you say it, I'm not sure how you say it, is an early apple. I'm thinking they probably don't have a very long shelf life because I can see some of them are already starting to get quite a few little imperfections. Are these apples good, kids? Are they good to just eat?
The first tip I have for you is to keep a well-stocked pantry and to meal plan, even if it's loosely, or at least plan a few meals ahead. I will share more about that in a moment, but this tip ties perfectly in with today's sponsor, Ravioli. If you're like me and you cook from scratch, mealtime can feel all-consuming. My biggest challenge as a from-scratch homemaker used to be deciding what to make for each meal and staying ahead in my planning, but that is no longer my kryptonite thanks to Ravioli. When I found this app, my cooking life was instantly changed in just one morning. Meal stress went from a 9 down to a -0. I got so excited about it that I texted all of my friends to tell them about it. Ravioli is an app that organizes all your favorite recipes from social media, websites, even your favorite cookbooks or those treasured family heritage recipes in just seconds. Not kidding. Seconds. You can easily import recipes from Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, Google, and blogs and websites, whether that's my blog or other blogs. Here are a few of my favorite things about this app. I can snap pictures of my grandma's and my mom's handwritten recipes from cookbooks, and Ravioli tidies them up and stores them beautifully. It makes it super easy to scale the recipes, so I don't have to do any more of that in my head, which was time consuming. Whether I need to triple or quadruple them for my big family or make extra for the freezer. And here's maybe my favorite part. It makes it so simple for my family to pitch in. They can open up the app, check the menu, see what's for dinner, and follow the recipe step by step. I have a tween boy who loves cooking, and this feature has been incredibly helpful for him and my older kids. Here is what else it offers. It helps you plan, shop, and cook much faster. All of your recipes, whether they're from my blog, other blogs, cookbooks, handwritten cards, or even your notes app, can be stored in one place. It has a weekly meal prepping calendar, so you can arrange your meals and see them all laid out. Grocery shopping, well, it's effortless. Ingredients are pulled straight from your recipes, and with one tap, they're added to your shopping list. You can even create your own recipes from scratch inside the app. And if you're a paper person like me, you can print them too. If you would like to transform your cooking life, organize your recipes from wherever they may be, and simplify meal planning and shopping, download the Ravioli app today. I will link to it below. So continuing with tip 1 and expanding on that a little bit, reducing the stress around meal times is one of my very biggest tips. One of the other ways that you can reduce time around meals is to batch cook. So cooking, as I mentioned, it can feel like a never-ending cycle, and you can take back your time by batch cooking, double or triple as many meals as you possibly can. You can freeze extras or store them for later in the week. This not only reduces daily stress, but it gives you more time for family, quiet moments, or even a few extra minutes to savor a cup of tea or wash your face or something beyond just slaving over meals. Of course, to do this, you really do need to have a decently stocked pantry and freezer. If you would like tips for this, I will include a blog post and a video in the comments below that you can watch after this for some ideas in that area. We will move on to tip number 2 and the rest of the tips in a moment, but first let's talk about what's happening in these scenes.
20-something years ago, I want to say 25 years ago, I was a young adult, and my little brother and I went to visit my aunt and uncle, and they treated us like extravagantly. They took us on a whole trip down the Oregon coast. We drove all the way up the Oregon coast, all the way into Washington. We had the 4th of July celebration on the Washington coast on the ocean. And I just remember laughing so hard with them. Before we celebrated the 4th of July, because this was our 4th of July weekend, they took us to a restaurant, and it was a super fancy, tiny little restaurant that had seasonal, extremely gourmet menu. And one of the dishes that was on the menu, it was one that I got, was this. I'm trying to recreate this recipe from memory. It's a cheese ravioli with fried apples. And I hope that I can get this recipe how I remember it. So the first thing I did was get my pasta finished in the fridge. It is resting right now for 20 minutes. I'm just gonna fry up these. I think the whole dish is gonna go pretty fast. I'm guessing it's gonna take about an hour to make the dish from start to finish. And I've got some hungry kids right now for lunch. I'm really excited to make this for them. I've been talking about it all week. I'm really excited to treat them to this recipe. I hope they love it as much as I did. For the cheese, I made some Chev. We have a goat and she's in milk. And I had some milk from her this morning, so I turned it into Chev cheese, got it back right here. I think it's gonna be the perfect amount. It's nice and soft. I didn't do the regular Chev cheese recipe. If you've ever made Chev cheese, it's ridiculously easy. You just heat up your milk to a gallon of milk to 188 degrees, I believe, and then you pour your vinegar in. And it's supposed to be a cup of vinegar. I didn't want to do a cup of vinegar because I didn't want a very strong vinegar flavor. So I only used a half of a cup of vinegar and it still worked. It worked marvelously. I think it's gonna make a more delicate Chev cheese too, which is exactly what I wanted. Oh my Lord. This is, okay, so I only used a half a cup of vinegar in this. I'm gonna do that every time from now on. This is perfect. Before, with a full cup of vinegar, it's too hard. It's too, not creamy. It's not spreadable. This is really spreadable. This is super creamy. There's no seasonings in it right now, but the flavor is just, it tastes like eating a creamy cloud or something. It's so good. This is gonna be wonderful in raviolis. Perfect consistency too. Let's try it with an apple. Okay, that's just way too addictive. Get this away from me right now. It's not gonna last. It's not gonna make it to raviolis. All right, everything gets covered. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this in my videos lately or not, and I'm so ashamed of it. It's like we are in the plagues of Egypt or something. Flies. I've never in my life seen so many. I go to the goat barn, there's like 1,000. Here in the house, there's like 1,000, and they're early this year. Usually they don't hit until later in the year, but we have just had the worst problem with flies, and they're in my beautiful videos, my food videos. It drives me insane. It makes me so mad. Anyway, sometimes I'll see the fly and I will unalive it. And I got my fly swatters right here. In fact, I just went and bought some new ones yesterday. Anyways, it just drives me nuts because I try to make these beautiful videos for you guys, and then a fly bombs it. I apologize if you've caught some flies in some of my videos lately. I tell you, it's like plagues of Egypt here lately. I'm like, it's been a rough year for the garden, for everything. At least we haven't had grasshoppers yet. We did have grasshopper plague one year. This year seems to be the fly plague. I hope it's not frogs next year. Sheesh.
Okay, continuing with our tips for overcoming and conquering daily chaos. Tip number 2, have a daily tidy up time. A cluttered home can make your mind feel cluttered too, so just set aside some time every day, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, for a daily tidy up. But when you're getting started, you can split it into segments too. This actually works better sometimes. So like a power pickup time before lunch, one before dinner, and if you all have the energy, one before bed is especially gratifying because it means you'll have a fresh start the next day. Tip number 3, create a command center and check in daily. A command center for the family is a central spot in your home where all schedules, reminders, and plans come together. Think calendar, planner, and any mail or notes that need attention. I like to keep mine well stocked with sticky notes and pens that work well. When all of these things have a place, you'll feel less scattered and more in control. Tip number 4, write it down. Not everything can be tidied or finished in 5 minutes. Instead of letting tasks swirl in your mind and overwhelm you, write them down in your planner at your command center. Whether it's errands, appointments, or longer projects, putting it on paper frees mental space and gives you a clear plan for the week or day. I'm going to save tip number 5 for the end, so don't go anywhere. Plus, I will have a special inspirational at the end. Continuing our talk on 5 powerful ways to conquer daily chaos as a stay-at-home mom and find joy in homemaking is tip number 5. Delegate, eliminate, or put on a to-do later list. Listen, you don't have to do it all. Delegate tasks to family members, eliminate what's unnecessary, or simply put things on a to-do later list. This creates boundaries, helps your family participate in household life, and keeps your day from spiraling out of control. For a fun bonus tip, life as a mom has seasons of survival where just getting through the day feels like an achievement. But if you stay in survival mode too long without carving out time to savor the little pleasures, burnout is inevitable. Treat yourself with small rewards, picked flowers, a new vase, a fun apron, a luxurious cleaner, an app like Resemi to make your life easier, or a quiet cup of tea. These tiny acts remind you that homemaking can be delightful, not just dutiful. Joyful moments like this recharge your spirit and help you approach your day with renewed energy and gratitude. Chaos will always try to keep in, but with these strategies, I hope you can create pockets of calm and find satisfaction in the little things. Homemaking doesn't have to feel overwhelming all of the time. It can be a source of joy when approached intentionally. Remember, small routines done consistently bring order, peace, and even delight to your home. Celebrate the wins, even the tiny ones. They add up faster than you think.
This isn't exactly like I remember. It's remarkably similar. I think they used a different kind of an apple. This Gravenstein apple is a little bit tart. Perhaps if I added a little sugar or honey, it'd be closer to. The other thing, this is really good. I'm gonna make it this way again. After having tasted it, I believe what the restaurant did, and this could be an alternative that you could try. So this is really good. I definitely recommend it this way. Could you stop wrestling? I'm trying to record. You guys can go outside to wrestle. What was I saying? After having tasted it, I think what the restaurant did all those years ago was I think they used apple juice, and I think they thickened it with maybe probably like cornstarch or something like that, added sliced apples and barely cooked them. And that is an alternative way to do this. This is really good though. Definitely very pleased with how this turned out. If you're in your 20s or 30s, please listen. Please don't skip this part. I have something really important to tell you. If you're in your 20s or 30s, one of the best things that you can do is don't do what I did. So I genuinely thought that because I was healthy, because I was very into health and always have been very into health, ate healthy, took supplements, tried to take care of my body. I mean, we're talking health nut. I got my master's in herbology when I was a teenager, you guys. I did all the right things. And I really thought that perimenopause was going to skip me. I heard all the symptoms and I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen to me. None of that's going to happen to me. I am healthy. I eat healthy. I do all these healthy things. It didn't skip me. I think that if I could go back to my younger self and tell myself, heed a warning, it would be stop doing every little thing for your family that they can do for themselves. There are things like the Montessori. They have a saying with Montessori education, never do for a child what they can do for themselves. So you teach them to become self-sufficient. You teach them how to do things. And again, even with my husband, I do believe that a wife is supposed to be her husband's helpmeet. But there comes a point in time where sometimes even as wives, I think we can do too much for our entire families to the point that it's to our detriment and we're not taking care of ourselves. When it gets to the point we're not taking care of ourselves, we can't take care of ourselves. By the time you hit those perimenopause years, it's gonna be really bad. So one of the best things I would say to do in the 20s and 30s is take the time. Take the time to work on communication with your family, communicate with them. Don't let little burrs get under the saddle between you and your husband or you and your kids. Work things out as problems arise, talk things through, work things out. Don't sweep problems under the rug because you don't want to deal with it. Deal with it because it's not going to go away. It's just going to get worse, okay? So deal with things as they arise. And if you do that, and if you work on having a loving relationship, a very communicative relationship with your family and your spouse, by the time you get to the perimenopause years, you'll already have had that foundation laid, and you won't have that extra hurdle to get over and past. This is some of my wooden spoon collection here. This one, I don't think I've looked. There's nowhere I can tell you guys to get this, but it's a teaspoon on this side and a tablespoon on this side. I use this thing every day. One of my boys made this spoon for me. Isn't that just the neatest thing? I love it. Friends gave this one to me after winning a chili cook-off. Speaking of chili, it's that time of year. I will give you guys my chili recipe. It's going to be in the description below if you want a really good chili. But this is winning a chili competition. I just looked it up. These Gravenstein apples are supposed to be good for applesauce and baked goods like apple pie. That makes me happy. I think I might go back this week to the farmer's market and get another case because I have so many apple dishes that I want to make this season. Got some really exciting apple recipes coming up, including a family recipe. It is from my husband's family. I will not spill the beans as to what it is right now, but it's good. It's really, really good.